Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's PC-DMIS webinar on Excel form report. We are very excited to have you here today. My name is Lynn. I am the Software Maintenance Agreement Specialist here at CMMXYZ. I'd like to introduce today's presenter, my colleague, Trevor McLaughlin. Trevor is an application specialist here at CMMXYZ. You may have spoken to him over the phone or seen him in our tech tips videos that are available on our website. He is also one of our instructors that teaches not only PC-DMIS, but many other training courses such as GD&T, Statistics, and Polyworks that are available here at CMMXYZ. I will talk more about that at the end of the presentation. We will now start the PC-DMIS Excel form report webinar with CMM application specialist, Trevor McLaughlin. Over to you, Trevor.
Okay, thank you, Lynn, and hello, everyone, and thanks for joining me. So today I wanted to talk about the Excel form report and just Excel reporting in general. So let me share my screen here. Okay, so you should be seeing my PC-DMIS screen. So Excel reporting has come a long way over the years. Started off with a Wizard PC-DMIS to Excel Wizard, which is now obsolete and is no longer supported, and you can't even see it in the menu anymore. After that was discontinued, the other option was to go to file printing, report window print setup, and here is, I can't remember when this was introduced, maybe 7, 8 years ago, but this is just a real generic kind of a dump your data into Excel. And I'll show you what that looks like. And see if I can find that. These ones here. Yeah, so this is that just from the file printing option, just dumps the data here. You really don't have too much control over how the data looks. So Inversion, let me get my PC-DMIS open. In version 2019 R1, they introduced what's called the Excel form report. You can find it in the menu under File, or sorry, Insert Report Command, Excel form report. So this actually comes with some preloaded templates. This is a custom one. So we have like a 5-part study. So this is an appended report. This is just a one-off report, and it's already formatted the way PC-DMIS needs it. What has become popular is the custom reports. So I've got a few examples. Which one should I show you? Yeah, so here's the a custom one I made up that has not yet been tailored to suit PC-DMIS, like it needs to know certain information. So the way this works is I have some static information here, like part name, serial number, programmer. I'll just quickly show you how we would populate that. So it's really a drag and a drop kind of a system. You can also right click, refer to, in this case, serial number. Programmer is actually a trace field, which I have here. I just called it operator, and then that would populate. So that's linking PC-DMIS program information to your own template, your own company template. Dim number is a counter. I'll just do this real quick. Type will just show you like a symbol of the dimension type. Dimension ID. Oh, actually, PCD ID. And this particular template is what's called appended. So it will be one file, but it'll have results for multiple parts. Yeah, so I actually have a result column there. It was just something else I was playing with. So I'll just show you how we do that. So let's drag over measured result. And unfortunately, you have to do it for every cell when it's appended. So the result one, it was just something I was playing with some custom formatting in Excel, but just for the sake of filling that in, I'll just put the out of tolerance there. And so I'm not on a CMM, so I can't actually run this. but I'll show you what this looks like after I ran it. So the last step is we actually have to highlight this row, right click and set it as a data area, just like that. So that is required. The next thing we can do is go to report settings and choose where we want to put it. So I just put it in the default folder results. The name of the file will be by default part name, serial number, and also a time and date stamp. But if we are appending this, we cannot include the date and time because the file cannot be different every time it runs. So if there's a timestamp, there'll be multiple files and it will not append. So anyway, I'll just click OK to that. So I don't have enough time to go into every single aspect of this because I really want to talk about something new that was introduced about a year ago. So for now, I'll just create this and then you can see the command there. So I actually have another one that I was working with there. So this is the command here. And the other thing to note is this command must be after your dimensions or else it will not work. So let me just show you now which one do I want to show you? This one here. So this is what that would look like after I run it. So I actually did run this on the CMM on 2 parts. And that's what it looks like when it's filled in. So a little more pleasing to look at, more organized, and you have control over this. Okay, so that's just the basics of Excel form report. What I really wanted to talk about today was some of the problems programmers encounter because I deal with this in tech support all the time. One problem was appending in a loop. And I'll show you my program here. So that you can see this is my loop end here. And I'll go to the loop start. And this has come up lately. And I found out it was actually a bug. But the bug was supposed to have been fixed, but it apparently wasn't because I tested it and it didn't work. So the bug was when you run it, Excel form report in a loop, it does not append. It just reports the first one, but not any subsequent runs. So the fix I actually found this on the forum, was at the beginning of the loop, insert a print command. And that print command includes this command here. So delete previous instances. So every time it loops, it will just ignore the other results and basically overwrite them to a second file. So that's a bit of a fix. So in case any of you are having that problem, I know this came up in tech support a few times, but who knows, the next version they may have fixed that. And if you don't know how to insert a print command, it's in the report command section right here. So insert report command, print command. So that was just a bit of a workaround, and I did test it and it does work. So the second problem, and this is really the main focus of this webinar, and the reason I wanted to do this was the fact that many programmers use conditional formatting in Excel, and Excel form report ignores it, which is discouraging because a lot of people use conditional formatting. So what I wanted to show you today was a couple workarounds for conditional formatting. And I'll just go to my Excel real quick. And this one. Yeah, so just in case some of you don't know what conditional formatting is, it would be when we would highlight out of tolerance dimensions if it's, greater than, less than a certain number, if it's out of tolerance, basically, right? So just real quick, if I wanted to do these ones here, I could go to additional formatting, highlight cell rules greater than. So for these particular results, if it's greater than the upper limit, I just have that as a column, then I can do whatever I want. So red text or highlight the whole cell. And I could also keep those highlighted and do a second one just real quick, less than the lower limit. And whichever red text. So we can test that. So right now it's like 1 micron, so it's obviously not going to change. But if it was, say, 16 microns, that should turn red. So if, for those of you who don't know, that's conditional formatting. And I've had this question more times than I can count. How come it doesn't work in PC-DMIS? I'm not sure why it doesn't, but they're aware of it, and it just seems to ignore it. Like when you export to this template, it just ignores conditional formatting. So in version, I think I'll get this written down, 2021.2, Hexagon added support for macros, so macro templates. This won't be a tutorial on macros because that's a huge topic. I'll just go through the basics. But those of you who know how to write macros, you can now use a template with a macro in PC-DMIS. So Hexagon is actually included. I'll just open up my command here. Hexagon has actually now included a template that contains a macro. So I think it is, yeah, this one here. So this one, 25-part study, color macro. This is Hexagon's. It's actually a pretty good one. I was to give them credit. So it's already done for you. Like you can even see all the fields are filled in. The only thing you would need to do is work, include a reference to, customer, drawing number, things like that. But that's fairly easy. You just make a trace field and then, customer like that. But that's just PC-DMIS stuff. But anyway, so this is Hexagon's template, and it's actually pretty good. But in the past, you just could not load a template that had a macro in it. So I'm going to cancel that. And I ran that template, and I'll just show you what that looks like. So that's either. So I have not run the macro yet on this one. And just for your information, you know that a template or an Excel file has a macro if it has the extension XLSM with the M at the end. M is in Michael. So this does, and I didn't want to run this macro. I just wanted to show you running it. So if you go to the View tab, you can just press the macros button, and it'll show you what macros are in this file, this worksheet. So let's just run it. There we go. So as simple as that. And you can even see Hexagon has added this note. It's just a shortcut to open that dialog box that I just opened. So there's the macro. And I guess the reason I didn't run it before was because you have to be careful because you cannot undo a macro. Like if I edit undo, it doesn't, whoops, just goes to something else. Yeah, so anyway, it's in there. So it just saves time because some conditional formatting can take a while to work to do. So if you do it ahead of time, just include it as a macro inside your template. You just simply press a button. So how's our time? So I wanted to quickly show you how to write a macro. So right now I have one conditional formatting rule. I'm just going to clear that. So let's say I wanted to do that conditional formatting, which I demonstrated just a few minutes ago. Let's go to, hopefully I get this right. So I actually have macros on a developer tab as well. So it's just handy because it has this, all the shortcuts here. So to write a macro, you just hit record macro, give it a name, and this will be, you can reference this later. You can even give it a shortcut key if you wanted to. Whoops, does not allow spaces. Does not allow that either. My conditional, something like that. So, and then I'll just hit OK. So it's recording right now. I'll just do this real quick. So I'm not an Excel expert by any means. So let's hit conditional formatting. I'll just do the simple preloaded ones, greater than, and then I'll hit this here. So the other thing, and you can see it's turned red right away. And this is a little Excel tip. you can see that it's referring specifically to cell H12, but I don't want it to always be 12 because I want to copy the formatting down all those rows. So to row 13, 14, and so forth. So the trick I'm going to show you is you just have to get rid of the $ in front of the 12. So that means it will always be row, which one here? Upper limit row F, or sorry, column F, but the row will change. So just a bit of a tip there. So that's it for greater than, and it's already been applied. And let's do less than for the lower limit. And again, I'll take away the $ in front of the 12, so backspace, and do just the red text. So that's good. So I know there's ways in code that you can do this faster, but I just use the format painter to apply that. And then I can also format paint the rest of it as well. And then just put my cursor somewhere else. So that's it. And you can see it's worked. So what's out of tolerance is red and what is in tolerance is not red. So let's go back and stop the macro. And let's take a look at it. So that's there. So I hesitate to test to see if this works because sometimes I make a mistake when I'm trying to talk and work at the same time. So let's actually clear these and run the macro. So I'm crossing my fingers here, macros, there it is there. There we go. So I shouldn't be surprised, but that worked. So now as a template, I can put that, add that to my, the templates. So I should probably actually show you that. So to add this as a template, I'll actually just save this, and I don't want any data, and I just want it blank right now, and I'll clear the, let's clear the conditional formatting. And I'll just delete this, I'll do a save as. So delete that. So this is now, actually all of it, clear all that. And these are actually images, but that might take a while to delete. Okay, so there's my clean template there. And then I could actually delete these as well, but you get the idea. So the important thing I want to show you now is where we save this template to actually be able to access it in PC-DMIS. So file, save as, and notice here how it doesn't show the macro extension. So we need to do that, macro enabled. And where's, yeah, so it's actually in this template folder. So I'll expand that so you can see the path. So you can see some of the preloaded templates and some of my own, but this is where if you make a template and you make a macro in it, you have to save it here. So see users, public documents, hexagon, PC-DMIS, whatever version, and then there'll be an Excel form report folder and a templates folder. I'll just call this demo template, and with the macro enabled as well. So let's see if we can access this one now. Here, so I'll just edit that command and find it, demo. There it is. So this is waiting for me to apply some data to it, or just assign data fields. You know what? I think that's it. So I wanted to just give you a quick demo on that. So the main focus of this webinar was that macro, the support for macros, because it's unfortunate that it does not support conditional formatting, because I know a lot of programmers use that in their reports and their Excel reports, but this is the workaround that Hexagon has offered. And once you get used to it, it's not so bad. Okay, so I think I will leave it at that. Stop sharing.
So I think that's it for today. I just wanted to thank you, Trevor, for the great presentation. Excuse me, sorry. If you would like to start using the latest PC-DMIS version, you can download it from our website, cmmxyz.com/PC-DMIS-downloads. You must have a current software maintenance agreement in order to get version 2022.2, which is current right now. I believe 2023 is going to be released in March sometime. So what the yearly SMA gives you is not only do you get access to the most current version of PC-DMIS, you also have unlimited tech support. So when you call in or you send an email, you could be talking to Trevor. Another added bonus of purchasing your SMA from us is our monthly professor sessions. So what this is we book a day in the calendar, and one of our software support techs will be the professor for the day. So you can email myself a question, and if it's a measurement problem, software question, then you get a 45-minute one-on-one session with our professor, and you must have a software maintenance agreement in order to do this. So if you have any questions, I'm happy to help. You can reach me at 1-800-606-9266. My extension is 230. You can also, as I said before, email sales@cmmxyz.com. Before we sign off, I just want to tell you a little bit about the training that we offer. So we do offer in-class training. We offer virtual, and we can also go on site. We've got PC-DMIS, PC-DMIS level 1, 2, and 3, Polyworks training, OGP software training, GD&T training, basic 1-day, fundamental 3-day, 1-day basic SPC, and custom training to suit your needs. So feel free to reach out to us with regards to training. My colleague Maria can send you a quote, and she'll schedule you in. The email is sales@cmmxyz.com if you're interested. So we've come to the end. We'd like to know what you thought about this webinar. So we're going to send the participants a little survey. So if you wouldn't mind filling that out for us. And we would just want to thank you all for attending, and we hope you've learned and enjoyed the presentation. So thank you.